planning to play the game, and if something changes, then we'll adjust. But right now, we're locked in on playing this game.
Is it difficult to not have two of the players that you're probably expected starters here right now while you're trying to prepare for that game?
Well, I don't know if it's difficult. It happens. Guys are gone at times, and you manage it. Guys have injuries. Ultimately, we had a regen day Sunday. We had a day off yesterday, and today was more of a re-entry day, nothing tactical. So, I don't think it will impact too much our preparation at all.
You mentioned injuries, and we saw Jorge and Nanchoff and Chara all over with the trainer for the first 15 minutes. How are they all doing and looking for this weekend?
Well, I think it's something we're continuing to evaluate. So Jorge and Chara and Nanchoff, those three, obviously you know the situation with Will, Zemansky, and Valeri. But I think those three guys will be probably a game time decision on whether or not they dress and play.
How did Zemansky's surgery go?
Went well. Spoke with him yesterday, and obviously he was recovering. Always a little bit. I've had a number of surgeries. You're always a little bit kind of with the pain meds, but he was ready to roll. He was excited to get back after it. So as I told him, this will be a distant memory. This will be something that will be a small blip on his in his career. So he'll get through it quick, and like I said, he'll be back sooner than anybody can be back with this injury.
How excited are you to see this new crew play their first game?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's excited because now it counts. I think preseason is tough sometimes because the games don't count. You don't get anything out of it in terms of points, and it's good always to have a feeling, like I said, last game of winning and getting a clean sheet and scoring a goal. But really now it's about the results, and it's about this first game and getting 3 points. So we're done with the preseason. We're focused now on this first game and the real season. So we're all excited, and players are looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I know the fans are looking forward to it. And I think, playing a quality team like Salt Lake in that first game, is really going to make for a really exciting home opener.
What were the biggest takeaways from preseason to now when you started to today?
I don't know if there's really takeaways. I mean, ultimately, we were slowly building towards this first game, so I think we like where we're at. As I said after the game, really pleased with the defensive side of things. That was a big question, from everyone. I don't think it's a question now. If you look at how we played in the preseason, how we defended, and how organized we were, and in terms of Nat plugging right in and Adam plugging right in and playing already a couple games, at Providence Park and looking comfortable, I think that'll help us going into this season feeling good, confident, and I think this team's showing to be a very disciplined defensive team. So maybe that's the greatest strength of this team this year, which last year it was our greatest weakness. In terms of the attack, maybe didn't score as many goals as we would have liked, but sometimes you gotta to focus on something and to address something like the defensive side. You maybe have to take the emphasis off the other side, and the attack will get going. We've got talent there, and we always seem to find goals. But more important than anything, it's about results. So, like I said after the game again, if we win every game 1-0, we'll take that.
You mentioned that you've always had good defensive teams, and maybe last year was a bit of an anomaly, but you guys appeared to, you made swift changes. You got Nat in, you got Liam in, and now could be one of the better defensive pairings in the entire league. Can you just talk about that process of recognizing something as a bit of a problem and being able to make those changes to turn things around?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's crucial. I mean, you can't coach unless you can correct things and objectively reflect on, the good and the bad. And as I've said time and again, you can't, change the bad and lose sight of the good. So it's a real finesse in terms of making changes and correcting things, whether it's personnel, whether it's tactics, whether it's training, there's a lot of things that, no offense, none of you guys have any clue of what goes into the details of everything we do day to day and week to week, nor would we expect you to? Because it's not your job, it's my job. But there's so many things that go into, and you know, I think you guys would be very surprised with how much time we spend as a staff looking at all the minutia of our team, and watching video and talking with our fitness coach, and you know, laying out training, and you know, what we need to emphasize, and personnel decisions as well. You know, lineup decisions, bench decisions, sub decisions, all these things. So I'm pleased that we were able to correct the problem last year. You know, I was, you know, animated, I think, more than I usually am with the defending. You know, at times frustrated, vocally, publicly. But I think in the end, because I don't like having a bad defensive team, I hated it. I was a defensive player. So I take pride in that, and you know, I know our fans take pride in that as well. And I understand too, you can't win unless you defend well, ultimately. So we started winning more when we defended better, and it was a real point, I think, of emphasis at the end of the year. And I think we looked good at the end of the year, but also in this preseason, I wanted to make sure that side of things didn't slip. So we've definitely addressed it, and I think we've corrected it. And now we can get back to getting the attack going and becoming a balanced team.
Considering last year the hole you guys built, and have you emphasized the importance of getting off to a good start?
Well, I've emphasized more this first game. I mean, let's bite off this first game. You know, we don't need to think about the first 6 or the first 8 or anything other than the first game. You know, so we've really been focused on this first game. But the guys are aware that we had a slow start last year and it cost us. But you know, you don't need to, you know, beat a dead horse with that as well. This is a new team, a new season, and you know, it's not like I need to tell them every day we had a slow start. But we've definitely talked about, you know, mostly in the off season, you know, and prior to the guys leaving, how important it is that they have a good off season, follow their conditioning program so they come in fit. You know, I've said that before. That was, I think, an issue at times in the past. You know, with our moves, we try to keep continuity. So I've talked about, you know, why I think we had a slow start. I think that it's a combination of things. It's not one thing. It's, you know, maybe 4 or 5 things, and we've tried to really address all those things so that we don't have a slow start. But the guys don't really need to know as much about that. What they need to know is you know, what they need to know to win the game against Salt Lake. And so that's really what we're focused on right now.
You mentioned all those guys being game time decisions, the ones with the trainers, particularly with Chara in that group. What is kind of the possible contingency plans? Changing the formation, playing a young guy. What kind of are your options if he can't be out there?
Well, there's a lot of things you can do. You know, unfortunately, I probably won't tell you all those things. You know, maybe off the record I will. But you know, last thing I want to do is tell people everything that I'm thinking. But you know, I don't think we'll change system at this point. You know, we look comfortable, you know, in the system we're playing, and to change a system 2-3 days before when you play in a, you know, put it this way, I don't think we'll play a different system than we've played in the preseason or in the past. You know, so you're looking at 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1. There'll be a lot of tactical wrinkles that we can do within that, like we do every single game. But for us to just all of a sudden go into a 4-4-2 diamond or to go into one holding mid, that wouldn't be a smart move. You're trying to start, again, the season right and get a result. You know, you have to go with what guys are comfortable with. And we looked comfortable last game. So, and we didn't have Chara in last game. So contingency in terms of personnel, I mean, you know, you got Fashive, who had a really nice game on Wednesday. You know, you got Beasler, who's settling in. I thought he had a really good game with T2 on Sunday against the college team they played, Gonzaga. So you got good options there. So there's no real reason to change the system because you got good options there if you need to play another guy.
Last questions?
That's good.
All right, thank you, everyone. Enjoy your day. Yep.